Slowly start to sense your body. Bring awareness to your surroundings. Now let us express our gratitude. Gratitude to the universe. Gratitude to all the masters, to all the souls who are supporting us here and from above. Gratitude to our body, to our breath. Gratitude to all beings on this planet. Gratitude to Mother Nature and gratitude to Mother Earth. Now slowly unlock your fingers and place them over eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and please have some water. Right. Thank you so much for joining in meditation, friends. And I'll go into the wisdom part. So we are in chapter 16 from the book, The Eternal Validity of the Soul. SETH speaks. So this is about probable systems, men and gods. So here SETH Master says in this chapter that, our thoughts, so whatever the thoughts that we have released and the decisions we have taken, so the remaining thoughts, the remaining choices, they take into reality in other probable systems related to the frequency. So when they connect to that reality, when they connect with the frequency of that reality, of that system, of that particular system, so that means the thought, the frequency of the thought and the frequency of the probable system, if they match, then it will take into reality. Then the thought will manifest there in different systems. So here it says that there are other kinds of matter that we don't normally see, but they are real in their own way. So there are other matters as well. So matter in the sense there are other systems as well. But we consider, so we see only what we see with our 5 senses, what we sense it, and what we experience physically through these 5 senses. But there are other realities, other probable systems as well, and we make some choices that become real events, while other possible choices, they stay hidden, isn't it? So when we have choices in the sense, as to let us remind, so what SETH Master says, let us remember, so again recollect. So there are like we are in the web of possibilities. So that means there are so many possibilities around us, but we choose one from multiple possibilities. So what will happen to the remaining choices? So they are like hidden, while the other choices, they are hidden, that we can't experience, that we can't see. But the atoms, so atoms are the tiny particles, they act differently in those hidden possibilities. So that means they are active, isn't it? They are active, they are not inactive. So they are what we see, what we choose, it will become into reality. The other hidden, so that means they are also real, they are also still active, but we can't experience that. Our world is just one kind of matter. There are like other kinds that we can't even sense. So physical matter only shows a little bit of the bigger picture. So whatever we see, whatever we experience is just a little bit of the bigger picture. of the bigger picture in means the reality, the truth. So like see, when we compare to when we see when we compare to the other planets, or when we see the earth on a whole from the universe, is just like a tiny, it's just a tiny particle, isn't it? So see, like the earth, the whole earth is just a tiny bit. So the experience, the what we experience and us, we are just a little particle from the bigger picture. And the reality that we experience is only a little part of the bigger picture, he says. Other worlds or systems of matter can just as real as ours. So whatever we experience that he here in this in this system, so in other systems also it's like same. So they are as real as what we experience here. So we usually think in straight lines, so we miss the bigger reality. So in the straight line means, say like what we want to see, we only see that, and we ignore the other. So that means, see, like straight line sense, it's not the straight way. So what from our belief system, so what from our choices, so what we see, what we experience, we consider it as truth. But there are other there are other possibilities from the bigger reality. So what we see is a small piece of much larger existence. So one event cannot be, it's like events are happening, events, each and every event is connected. So one event cannot be fully separated from other possible events. They are all linked. So we just consider them as, we have segregated them as past and future and present. But here every event, it is like connected. Not only the events that we have experienced, or we are experienced, or we will experience, but it's like it is connected from our past lives. Our past lives are not separate. They are, we it's like it's we can't just say like it is done and nothing to do with that life from the beginning. So whatever the knowledge we have gathered, whatever all the experiences, they are within us. They are within our consciousness. Our consciousness is so vast that we can't experience our own consciousness. Forget about the other masters, or the ultimate consciousness. But here we are not experiencing our own consciousness on a whole. So the events which are happening in this lifetime, they are linked to the other lives as well, and they are present in our own consciousness, and in the form of atoms and molecules, and also in the form, or in the form of our cells. So even the cells in us, they carry the memory of our past lives, right? So that's the reason each and every events, there are linked. Simply we can say, like, karma, the cause and effect. Aren't we carrying from the past lives? And the knowledge that we have gained, it's in our intellect. We call it buddhi. So what we have experienced certain things that, okay, I should not do do like this. If I done, so there is something that which is right. There is not like right or wrong again. It's like learning, it's like experiencing. So I should not do this work, I should not act like this. So that memory, that knowledge is hidden in us, isn't it? It's in our intellect. That's how we are, the present, the present, the I is the collection and combination of so many past lives. We are not completely this. So that's what Seth Master wanted to share, that wanted to tell us, that every event, there is like they are linked. in this life and from the past lives as well. And not only from the past lives, it's like parallel lives. We are multidimensional beings. So we are connected, but we are not experiencing that. We are not sensing that. The you, he says, the you know, is just one version. Isn't it? I repeat, the you know is just one version. Other versions of you also exist, he says. So all events are connected. So the idea of separation is an illusion. Seth wisdom is such a beautiful wisdom. He gives us much clarity, and he breaks certain illusions in us. Seth wisdom it's like he breaks the illusions and the belief systems. He literally breaks it. So that's why it's so beautiful. So he says that the brain struggles to notice this, but the mind, that means the subconscious, the deeper part of us, can sometimes sense it through intuition or sudden knowing. So sometimes it's like we feel like intuition. So maybe it is from maybe we have, at that particular moment, we have connected to some of one of the multiple versions of us, and it's like maybe that has already gained that knowledge, isn't it? Which has already gained that knowledge. So, and in this system, if I am experiencing, if I am going through certain things, if my other version is all has certain knowledge and also have experienced well before, then the knowledge that it has experienced, it will help me in this particular experience, in this particular event. So something that strikes me, so, oh, I should not do this. Maybe this is the right way to do, isn't it? This is how I need to do. The knowledge, maybe I have connected from that, from that version of my own version from multiple dimension. So he says that's we feel like, sometimes we feel like intuition, or something that we sense, a sudden knowing. This is what Seth must, it's like sudden knowing. How can we know without experiencing, without any knowledge of that? How can we know that? Sometimes we do. It's like, so atoms doesn't exist in one steady way. So they phase in and out in a rhythm like flickering. So atoms, so science only sees atoms when they are on, not the gaps or shifts. So it's like flickering. So scientists, they study the atom when it is present. So when the atom is absent in that, they say like it's like atom is absent. So but the atom is flickering. So it's like, simply we can say that there is beyond the science. So what science can't see, so there is much beyond what scientists or the science can't experiment or can't see. So in other off times, atoms appear in other systems of reality. It's like flickering. Atoms, why here the Seth Master is saying about atoms? See, like the whole universe, and we are like energy beings, isn't it? The thoughts that release, it has energy, and energy is a combination of atoms and molecules. And if this atom is not happening here to reality, this atom will take into this frequency, or this atom will take into reality in other probable system. So the scientists see, oh, this atom, there is nothing, so atom is not present, that means there is nothing, but this atom is taking into a reality in other probable system. Okay, so our system only notices certain points of this fluctuation, but may other universes and systems exist at the same time? A simple example, that we can here, like, see, like clouds, isn't it? So clouds, they pass from one place to another. So we see, like, when I see a cloud, so it is about to rain. It's like black cloud, it's about to rain. But the wind, no, it will move. Here it won't rain. But when it carries sufficient energy, it will rain in other place, isn't it? Same as like atom. It's not taking reality here. It just not, it is absent here, it is absent, but it is taking some action in some other place, isn't it? So that's a simple example we can say. Like similar fluctuations happen in our consciousness. So we shift between systems of awareness without realizing it. So it's like, that means we don't know much about us, isn't it? So some systems, like we unknowingly, we are shifting from one system to another system. That means physically we are not moving. Our consciousness is shifting. So these fluctuations all happen simultaneously, not one after another. That's why we say like about parallel lives. So atoms exist in all these systems at once. So some fluctuations are so fast we don't notice, but others are slower and affect entirely different systems of no other existence. So and some fluctuations of consciousness can last thousands of years, but feel like just a movement another from another perspective. See, like say like that's the reason the time and space or illusions, Seth masters, they are like assumptions in this dimension. So if we just catch hold about the time, then we are placing ourselves in an illusion. So he says that consciousness can last thousands of years. See, like the gods, they have taken, certain gods, they have taken physical form on earth in this planet. So when the physical form, so when they left the physical form, their consciousness is present here, isn't it? We believe in that. At the same, similarly, you know, similarly, recently, so maybe the other material I was studying about, the SETH material itself, for another material. So when I was reading, then the SETH master message, and we received a message from SETH master in that session, is that when we live here and when the physical body, so when we leave our physical body, but the consciousness of us, the traces of our presence, we live in the family, in this world. Okay, so but though we leave the physical body, our consciousness, that the traces of our consciousness is present in your family. That's what Seth Master said. And now I can connect with this with this wisdom. So what we are discussing now, that means like in a, say like ancestors, the traces, so we leave the trace. And he said, you know, the trace that you leave must help your family as well as to your system. That means the world, the mother earth here in this planet. So so that is how you have to be, the Seth master said. So that even the trace, the little consciousness must help the other consciousness, right? So coming about the higher beings, he says higher beings can experience many realities and many versions of themselves all at once. You know, when we read the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, so Yogananda, Paramahamsa Yogananda, he shares one of his experience of a great master who is present here as well as in other place as well at a time, isn't it? His friend shares about the master, that he has also seen that master in that particular place, and these places are far away. So here Yogananda also experiences about the great master. So but see, like these higher masters, they know their presence, they know their consciousness, they know what's going on with their consciousness in other systems. So like whatever it is happening, the multiple presence of them, they know, they are conscious about their own presence. So infinity doesn't mean just a straight endless line of time, but countless probabilities and combination unfolding at once. That's infinity means countless of probabilities and combinations unfolding at once. So infinity is not endless time, he says. See, like we can say like infinity is like, oh, it is carrying on. It's like endless something. But what we assume endless means, it's like going straight away. It is like straight line or something that is traveling. So it is like endless. But here it is not straight, it is not traveling, it is like endless is this is like countless probabilities, they are like combinations, they are just, see, like blooming. So if a flower blooms, it blooms like this, isn't it? So like all the petals, the small and the bigger petals, they are present in one flower. That's how the infinity is. The infinity is like, it's like a, on a whole, it's like at a time it is opening, it is like probabilities of combinations which is unfolding at once. And here also, friends, like our consciousness, sometimes we say like we need, our consciousness is expanding, isn't it? We are growing. See, like we are already that. When we gain certain knowledge, so when with the wisdom, we are experiencing the vastness of knowledge according to the frequency of us. So how far we can experience that, how far, it's not like it's like on your whole, isn't it? So infinity is like, so we are experiencing, our consciousness is already that, we are that. But with these lifetimes, we are experiencing what is all, which is already present, we are experiencing that. We are not growing, like, see, like physically, or the soul is not expanded its consciousness. We are experiencing the expansion of consciousness. Okay. So such beings may or may not notice our reality. So he says about coming about um, who are like limited versions, so they can't experience, they may or may not notice our reality, and we may or may not be part of their awareness. So our probable realities are also multiple presents, just seen in a similar way, he says. And he is ending with an analogy, this chapter. He says like a simple analogy. Imagine an eye, the eye. Imagine an eye within an eye within an eye. It's like endlessly repeating. This shows the layers of realities and perspectives, right? So with this, we came to an end of this chapter 16, friends. So this is what he want to say. Just a simple thing is, we should not limit ourselves to this particular life or to this particular reality. There is much more to learn, much more to experience. Okay, so let's not limit us, and and be aware of our thoughts, right? So let's in next session, let's move into next chapter, chapter 17, probabilities, the nature of good and evil, and the religious symbolism. Though the title is somewhat that's somewhat it's a like very depth, but the wisdom we can enjoy, we will enjoy the wisdom. So thank you so much then. Thank you all for joining and listening to your thing, the SETH wisdom. If at all you want to share anything, you can unmute yourself. Right. So, so let's all, thank you, Rashmiji. Thank you, Vishad. So let's all meet in the next session, friends. Have a great time. Thank you. Namaste.